the 12 days of author Christmas card ideas, so let's design your card. This one is all about pine garland, and you can do this however you want. You can put it on a mantle behind you, you can hang it down from the ceiling, you can wrap yourself in it. It doesn't matter. We're just looking at having that garland that you can be using inside of your picture however you want to bring out the Christmas spirit. Now, it doesn't have to be pine. I like pine. I think pine is beautiful. You can do an ornament garland. I actually this year bought a really cool giant ornament. It had different sizes, a garland to put on wherever you want it around your house, and that will make a really cool background for your photo as well. So all you're going to do is hold your book up while you are posing in front of this garland. Now, I have a lot of that pine garland, so I actually hung it down like a background behind me, and that was really, really fun. It worked really well for the pictures that I was creating, and then I also, because it was already up, I had the opportunity to like peek through it and go around it and put my book through it. So if you create like a curtain of garland as well, you can lean through it. Pretend you're going to Narnia, guys. We could have a lot of fun just kind of going through the doors of the garland like they were the wardrobe. But there's so much you can do with this to bring it out. Now, the goal here is to kind of have a solid-ish background. We don't want it to be too busy, but if it is on like a fireplace mantle or something where you've got like a flat railing at the top of your stairs and you're standing at the floor with the stairs on it, you can have that behind you there, and then it can be a little bit busier as long as it's naturally placed inside of what you're doing. If you are just kind of putting it somewhere or draping it or you're creating that curtain, have that solid colored background. That's going to work to your benefit here. So with that, you do want to lean into, again, some of the classic, nostalgic, Merry Christmassy type vibes for your card. You do, for a lot of these, you want to keep them very on the classic and nostalgic side. We wish you a Merry Christmas kind of things, or Merry and Bright Christmas, whatever you want to do to kind of lean into that, but keep the focus on that garland. And if you are doing it horizontally behind you, use that as your leading line. Have your words on top of it, sitting on top of that garland, wherever you have placed that behind you. If it's out in a horizontal way, if you are doing it vertical, then it doesn't matter, put it wherever. Just make sure you leave a little headroom so that you have space inside of your image that you are creating to put that overlay. Now, on social media, you are going to want to lean into whatever version of this you're doing. So talk about how garland is created. It can be popcorn garland, it can be the pine garland, it can be the ornaments, and how we're putting different pieces of it together to form that garland. Now relate that back to your book or your book series, how you're piecing together all these things to construct this really cool garland of your book. You can even, if you're doing something like a popcorn garland, you can talk about the different ingredients and the different pieces that you're putting together to make that. And then you can talk about the different pieces you used for your book. So this really is kind of like an in-depth building upon how you've created one of your books, one of your novels, whichever one you're holding up in that picture, so that you can talk about what went into it. And people who have not read it yet might be able to see some of those tropes that you wrote into it, or those different things that people like to see, that they are drawn to inside of stories. Use those as your elements. And that way you can give people a new view on the book. Or if you want to get creative, you could talk about a specific character in the book. You can talk about things that readers didn't know about the book series. So if you're talking specifically to readers who have already seen your series, give them exclusives. You can do all sorts of like, did you guys know that I did this in the book? I wrote this on purpose. I wrote this because of this. This is just a quiet little note to the side character that I didn't tell you about inside of the story, but really truly is. There's a lot that you can do with this. This is a really fun one for you to be able to do. And you can use this as your Christmas card or as part of your advent calendar leading up to the big reveal of your Christmas card, as we give you 11 other options here on the channel. So make sure you follow along for more. And then we're diving back into our daily content to help you navigate your publishing journey from your writing to your publishing to your marketing to make this your most profitable and most stress-free year ever. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.